Hi, y'all. Hey, what critical month of the year would you be most likely to die from starvation? Okay. There's a certain month out of year, there are two critical months out of the year where there pretty much isn't any food to find, to locate easily for, in a disaster scenario. So it's possible to die off just before the spring comes and things start growing in your area. So the key is to know what are the two critical months. Okay, now I'm over here in the Austin area, Texas. So it's possible to grow food year round, but the critical months for me would be, in my opinion, would be like mid-February to mid-April. Okay, because you could put your crops in the ground in February and then have a freeze, and everything will die off. So it's important to know your two critical months of the year that you will not have any food available to either hunt or grow. So once that's identified, stock up before that. Go to the supermarket and stock up to coast through those 2 months. And it's pretty easy. You could get a bunch of potatoes, right? You can get about 30, 40 pounds of potatoes, and that'll coast you through until the growing season comes back. It doesn't seem too obvious, but it's important to identify your two most critical months of the year in case you have to create a survival garden. Okay, you don't want to starve, plant your crops in the ground, and then end up starving to death because you didn't have anything to eat before that period where you start getting a return. And that's how whole colonies collapse. Okay, if I was trying to find there was a study a long time ago where they monitored these deer on an island, and they put just like a handful of deer on there, and there was an abundance of food, and the deer multiplied and multiplied and multiplied till there was a lot. I don't remember this. I don't actually remember the story correctly, but what happens is it's the colony collapse theory, and what happens is every spring the everything would grow, right, and the deer would multiply, and then the winter came and there was so many deer, or I can't remember what the animal was, but there was so many. I'm going to go ahead and say it was deer. The animals didn't have anything to eat, and they all died all at the same time. The entire colony died, and then spring came and new growth came up. See, there were all these animals were going for the same resource at the same time, and there wasn't anything for anyone to eat, or the animals to eat. So they all died at the same time. It's from starvation. That's how you lose an entire civilization. And then it comes back again in the spring, and it starts all over. The same thing could happen with us. I can't find out where, I can't find that information anywhere. It's a colony collapse theory, and it shows, they talk about bees when you research it. But anyways, that's the humanity colony collapse theory. The two critical months, or three, where the food is needed, there's no food available, and everything dies at the same time. And then the planet just goes right along, starting over again. So, so I guess the point is identify the most critical months in your area and stock up to be able to coast through those 2 months to be able to make it in the spring.